But for time, I won't do my own performance now. Maybe I will do that later. Okay? But we appreciate you so much. Thank you. Please a round of applause for them one more time. At least they've succeeded in charging up the atmosphere again. Okay, now quickly we want to take questions. And I was just told now that Dr. Popola is not around. Is Dr. Fageyimbo around? Okay, so I wear their caps. Are there questions, comments? If you have questions or comments, could you please signify so that I will give you a number and then we follow that order so that we'll respond to the questions. Any question over the keynote speech or the guest speaker speech? Do we have questions? Comments? No question, no comments. Thank you, ma. Number one, number two. From the students, no question. Number three. Okay, I think we take those three and then we'll see if there are other questions. And you can write it down if you are shy, you don't want to stand up to talk. We take number one.
Thank you so much, Ma, for the insightful presentation. I'm Dr. Tolulope Ajala, a pharmacist and the head of Department of Pharmaceutics and Pharmaceutical Technology here in Unimed on sabbatical from University of Ibadan. You said one of the challenges that we have is herbal drug formulation. Though time did not really permit you, but I noticed it as one of the challenges that was on that slide. I wanted you to expatiate on that. What is the challenge? Because I was thinking that with what we have at the level of pharmacy, formulation of herbal products is not really a problem per se. Because for almost 17 years, that's what I've been working on. So I wanted to know what exactly the challenge is. Thank you.
We take all the questions and then you respond. Number two.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Pharmacist Akindeko Eniola. I want to specially appreciate the keynote address speaker for this occasion. It was a very good, very keynoted kind of lecture indeed. And I want to appreciate also the Unimed management for bringing up this kind of thing. There is something that I have been looking for in the keynote address as well as the special, the other address we have, but I didn't specifically pick. And that is the area of integration of the traditional medicine into the orthodox medicine practice. And I think that is the major challenge we have. It's a challenge because you mentioned it in part, actually, that orthodox practitioners are always, it has to be this way, we've known it. And they don't want to listen to decide to this side or that side of the divide. And I think the Federal Ministry of Health, if they're going to make significant impact in getting the traditional medicine to where it's supposed to be, we have to be integrated. We have a couple, like when COVID broke, all of us came to realize that we, as a nation, we don't have what it takes to handle our health challenge as a people. We were virtually left with nothing. The next we had was Madagascar. You remember, man? And then government imported some herbal medicine from Madagascar. Does it mean we don't have anything we could use? By the grace of God, my company during that period went into research and we developed herbal remedies. But the challenge was that I can only use it to treat my family. I had COVID, 3 of my children had COVID during that period. That was what we used. I spoke with doctors' friends, pharmacist friends, use this medicine, use this medicine. They were reluctant. So integration is a major challenge. And we have to devise a way by which we can handle that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma, for the wonderful and interesting keynotes. May Allah continue to enrich you with wisdom and knowledge. My questions goes in 2 ways. Number one, when you were mentioning about the quackery school, so I want to ask about that. Is there any Nigerian universities that is offering ABBA courses or ABBA? Because I could remember sometimes ago when I had the what do you call, the advertisement of Unimed. They said they want to start with postgraduate. I don't know, maybe they have started any other one apart from postgraduate courses. And number two, Ma, I want to ask, the area where government is going to assist those people that have the concepts of ABBA formulation, but there is no money. Like Yoruba adage used to say is that Emma be no Oshebi Owe, where any to makaraje, iye omodin. There are some people that has what they want to offer, but there is no fund. Is there any way that government is going to assist or any other thing that you can put us through on that? Then, like we female, we always have a challenges from religious leaders, like a Muslim, that we are being restricted. But seeing you now and meeting you, I think we have a good way to go on that. That we women, we have focus and we have you as our mentor. That we female, we can move ahead. Thank you so much, ma. I pray that may Allah preserve you for us, ma.
For your question, a quick one. The Dean, you asked about herbal formulation, the challenge. You see, one thing with herbal formulation, they come in different forms. That's what I was telling you. I said, if you are formulating herbal medicine, which I defined, combination of different parts, it may not just be monocomponent. You may have 2 or more components. So you need to understand, why are you adding those components? What is the role of those components in herbal medicine? Before you go further, while you are formulating, you know you are not talking about phytomedicine because you are adding value. Okay? If you go to the market, they just give you the crude, you carry it home. But when you begin to formulate A, B, C, D, why are you doing it? Okay? And then from the phytomedicine, I make sure that you understand pharmaceutical medicines. When you begin to look for active ingredients from a formulation, it's no longer herbal medicine. Are you getting my point? This is what I want us to be very clear about. You see, they use like standardized extract of herbal formulation. If you see some of these supplements, they have done some semi-processing. Okay? Maybe added alcohol to get some ingredients and then freeze dry it to get powder and then package that powder as phytomedicines. You still have the combination. But our journey to drug discovery, which is pharmaceutical medicine, it goes off from the track of herbal medicine, where you have to do analysis. You know now, chromatography analysis, getting the different components. If you have 200 components and you are looking for 2 active ingredients, you know it's a journey for you, very difficult. That is why it's not easy to support research in drug discovery. We are told that briefly, if you want to go into it, you need to spend about $58 to $100 million to get to that. So what I'm advising us as Africans, we don't have that money to go long journey. Let's start with the minimum. Herbal medicine in a package way, approved by NAFDAC, listing. Okay, it's called listing. For 2 years, you can sell. That's why you will not use the word anti-malaria medicine. You will say reduces fever. That's how they will tell you. You know why? You have not gone into the clinical trials of making sure it's anti-malaria. So, because it's a very difficult thing, that's why they call it listing. At least let us use the listing. What is important to a patient, to a human being, is that I have bought your herbal remedy and I'm better. That's it. But the guarantee is that it's safe. We pharmacists tend to confuse ourselves. What do I want to do? 1, 2, 3, 4. NIPRID has been working on bitter leaf. We know that bitter leaf has anti-diabetic property, blood reducing sugar. The journey to getting an active component from the bitter leaf, many years. Clinical trials, remove the active component, test with guinea pigs before you now go to get the drug discovery. Drug, chemical drug. But the quick win is functional foods, nutritional foods is easy way to go. And it gives you the health benefits. The first medicine God gave us is food. Do you understand? So me, I've seen it from my years of experience. I'm doing it that way. I'm currently almost through. It has taken me, since I retired last year. Do you know the laboratory analysis for my products? I spent over 2 million with NAFDAC. You must do that analysis. Then you come to filling those things. Each product, you may spend 50,000 naira. I'm about to finish, may God help me, 24 products. I want to prove to NAFDAC, we know what we are doing, and they should help us. But I feel sad because I know the practitioners, some don't have money. So the way is collaborate with some research institutes. Then you will look for funding to get that. That is the quick way. So formulation, Chinese will tell you, when they are formulating a product, the king is there, the brother is there, the stabilizer is there, even the one that will reduce the power is there. It's a knowledge. When you see these practitioners put in 10 products, ask them why. It's an intuition. Do you understand? I always like to give you an example when I go. If I want to, let me give you a secret. I want to take a simple hypertensive formulation. I want to use 4 medicinal plants. The first thing that will come to my mind, safety, toxicity, commonly used, commonly available. So the first thing that will come is food. So in my food, you know what I will think of? And from the scientific research and some work done recently by some professors, Hibiscus sabderifer has been known to have antihypertensive property. Zobo, safe. We take it in the north a lot because of the constituents. So my one ingredient is hibiscus. I'm giving you a formulation secret now. I'm dashing you people. Then the second formulation I want to use, which is available, Basil ocimum. or Basil gratissimum. Efiri. It's a food. You add it in pepper soup. Do you know why you are adding it? It's a digestive stimulant. It reduces digestive stress. From the composition, it has some nutrients that can stabilize the blood vessels. So, number 2, Efiri. Number 3, Zinzibah officinalis, ginger. Food is a catalyst. When ginger comes in a preparation, it opens the way for other active ingredients from the plants to work. I've given you 3. Let me give you that 3. From that 3, you can formulate your antihypertensive. But the leader, I want Zobo to be the leader. So I can make Zobo 50%. I can make Efiri 25%. I can now make ginger 25%. The leader will give me more benefits. There is a sense of harmony. The way you make your soup and stew, who taught you? Did you go to the laboratory? Egusi, ogbono, all this, who taught you? Did you go to the laboratory? Intuition and knowledge. So this is what will help you to start. But when you are looking for active ingredients, you will leave the pharmacy, finish. Some of us will die. You are still looking for active ingredients. Because of the colonial mentality. That's why I went to commercialization. I want you to start. Then the money from this, your preliminary work, you can continue the international standards for drug discovery. So when I say drug discovery, I just laugh. A quick one. In China, there are 3 pills, 3 herbs used in the management of hypertension and this. So the professor in the class said, these 3 plants are effective in hypertension. So I told him, I asked him this question. I said, Prof, if I combine the 3 herbs, or I extract and get pills, which one has more therapeutic benefits? Do you know what the 85-year-old professor told me? He said, for them in China, they prefer the leaves combined. It gives them more benefits. But, for the purpose of international politics and international representation, international standards, they extract and get the pills in line with standards. Getting my point? That is it. We must imbibe this knowledge for our people. That is it for formulation. So you can go stage 1, stage 2. I want herbal medicine, cheap. I want phytomedicine, NAFDAC will list. Then continue your drug discovery if you finish. But if you not finish, at least you have started somewhere. But what is important, you are getting the money from there. Better, you can go holiday somewhere. The integration is a problem, but it's because honestly, we in this country, we don't have political will. The government, our government needs to have more political will to believe in our own. I'm glad they are looking at local content. That was why when COVID-19 came, everybody was looking helter-skelter. Madagascar came out secretly. We started Artemisia with Madagascar. They went ahead, they used Artemisia. They prepared. Do you know even we bought? We bought, but they didn't want you to show they bought because we were waiting for vaccines. But Madagascar sold, it sold. It made millions. All the West African purchased from them, they got dollars. Even in Nigeria, they bought. Some of these big guys took those drugs. They took it. So they started with their own. So you too, if our, that's when they started calling me. You remember our Artemisia? I say, is it now you are remembering me? We would have been able to get, because artemisinin has anti-cancer and it has antiviral properties. So they were able to use that in combination of 35% of their secret plants added. Integration with this regulation in place. At least the Alma Mater Declaration of Primary Healthcare in 1978 says primary healthcare, you can integrate traditional medicine gradually. So at that primary care level, you do it with the collaboration with practitioners. The practitioners must be told when to hand over to the experts. We call it referral system. You can gradually start. Lagos is doing well. They have that sense. It's difficult, but we will start somewhere. When you go to some hospitals now, they put some natural things. So we can begin to prescribe them gradually. Okay? That is integration. We just pray that Almighty God will help us. And then Finally, the quack. I've told you that don't go to school that you don't recognize. Because who is training you? What is the qualification of who is trained? Most of them will tell you they have PhD. Are you not abused? How can somebody who did not make any publications will come and rub shoulders with a professor and say he's a professor in acupuncture, homeopathy? They'll be running up and down in the Ministry of Health looking for support. When I was there, when they write a letter to me to tell minister to go for their function, I say, minister, don't go. Because that place you are going to be an approval. An approval to what is not right. Let Ministry of Education approve them as, they have procedures to approve. So I hope in your training here, that is why we want the university to start. Then, like Federal Government College of Complementary, we are working to make sure that they do it right. They get the right professors. You can collaborate with China and get the right people to start teaching you. Not fake people who go to 4 months in this place and tell you they are professor. So I think we can do that, okay? I'm an example of an Islamic scholar. I also do Islamic medicine. The Prophet had over 62 women who were active during his time. Don't get that wrong impression that Muslim women are like. We worked hard. The Prophet Sallallahu married a wife that was older than him with 25 years. You know why? She was a businesswoman. She gave him advice, he worked for her, and she was able to package him when he was seeing the revelation that God sent to him. Because if he had married a younger wife, maybe she would not have understood. So we women are proud. We do a lot. I go to present paper internationally. Thank you.
Okay. Please let's appreciate the keynoter. There are some questions that came from the... All right, sir. The NAFDAC DG representative also wants to do some clarification. To do the clarification. Sir, you have 60 seconds to do the clarification.
All protocols duly observed. Madam, I'm just trying to seek some clarification. From our experience as inspectors and analysts of herbal products, there's this, most of these producers combine these herbal products with orthodox formulation and chemicals. So, such a formulation, is it still a herbal product? Are you asking me? I'm just asking for clarification. I think that's just my question. It's okay like that. Yes, ma'am. Clarification. Yes, ma'am.
In the history of science, it does not happen.
Okay.
How can you use orthodox and mix it? That is why we need regulation. They will give you some will mix and it's wrong. You know it's wrong.
No, I'm trying. I seek for clarification because when we try to advise them, they seem as if you are sabotaging their efforts. It's an issue. And most times, even in laboratory analysis, they find out these things and they fail the product. So when we advise them during inspection, it looks as if they are trying to pull the person back. That's why I asked from an authority like you. Thank you very much, madam.
So you can go.
Quickly, you talk about integration. We may not be able to integrate if there is no standardization. Like Ajia Zainab mentioned, we found out that for some of us that are medical doctors, some people are taken to mentally ill person to a mental homes managed by supposedly traditional herbs. And until they came down with extrapyramidal symptoms, that you need to use Attain to block, then we know that it is not herbal medicine they are giving them. They dissolve chlorpromazine, CPZ, in their remedy, and either blue, black, yellow, they will now say shake it and give it to them. There has to be a kind of a standardization. If we don't do that, it may be very difficult if you don't subject yourself to proper control of NAFDAC, it is difficult to integrate. Your remedy, if you want to use it together in an hospital, remember they are using drugs that have undergone clinical trials. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, 4. But your own, you just combine it in your room and you are bringing it. You, as a pharmacist, you know what they call interactions. How are we sure there will not be interaction? You know, it's better you don't do it rather than killing patients. Because these are something that you cannot, you yourself, probably you treated about 50 people. And clinical trial will have treated lots of people. They know the active ingredient. They know what can come out of that active ingredient, each and every one of them. So until we standardize, and I think we mentioned the issue of standardization when Ajia was talking. Then on the issue of the courses run, this year there will be many schools, like at least I know about 3. Unimed is one. Federal College of Allied Health Sciences in Enugu is another one. They have even reached out to me that we can do degree course with them. We share faculty with Federal College of Complementary and Alternative Medicine, the Kaduna campus and Ekpe campus. So what is delaying is the curriculum, and we need to get it right. We are adding more courses, traditional. What is traditional here will be complementary in another place. And what is complementary here, alternative medicine will be traditional in the other side. So it's a work in progress, and the Unimed Ondo is on the right track, and whatever we need to do together to put the traditional medicine in its rightful place, we will do it. Governors in some states, they are already troubled. I know Lagos State sent their commissioner came to visit Dr. Alausa, Honorable Minister of State, on this issue. And I think when your committee came, or your group came, the minister mentioned all these things on the need to regulate and have a council, and have a council that will regulate the practice. Even the pharmacists that believe, or traditional medicine people that believe that they are doing remedy, the remedy will have to be worked on. One of those people that said they are professors of traditional medicine told me that NAFDAC, if they want to characterize the active ingredient, that they will not get it. I said, why? He said, because the thing will not work. I said, no, either you have put, we are talking about diabetes, either you have put some other things in that remedy, and that's why you are hiding. So there are a lot of things that needs to be standardized, and we need to know what is happening there. If you tell us, take a uro, take a firi, take this is what we get, I should be able to repeat the same thing. But if you are the only one that can do that, it's a lie. It's fraud. And we will not allow that to kill our people. Thank you.
I think with that, we have come to the end of the question and answer session. A question actually came from the audience asking for a website where they can get the scientific names or English names for some of these herbs. And the person specifically mentioned some, ewe obobo, and some other things. Please, I will encourage the person to interact with the acting director of Center for Herbal Medicine and Drug Discovery. You will surely get answers to that. You all agree with me that we have learned a lot from the people invited, from the keynoter, from the guest speaker. Personally, I've learned a lot, and I'm going to put them to use so that I can be part of the global market of the $100 billion that will get to $1 trillion by 2050. So I've already keyed myself into that. It is time for us to appreciate our people They have done well for us, and we want to show our own token of appreciation